At this time, I'd like to invite the young people to come up for our children's devotional. Guess who had the box this week? Me. Yes. Did I hear a shock over there? I had the box. So I know what's in the box. Now, for those of you who are visiting, normally we don't have a clue what's in the box right now. But I know what's in the box. Yes. You don't know what's in the box, do you? You want to see what's in the box? Huh? Air. No, air is not in the box. Dust. There may be some, but not intentionally. Any other guesses? You want to open the box and see what it is? I have a tape measure. I have a pair of scissors. And you know what I've been thinking? I've been thinking that it's time for me to cut my hair. Because I was challenged by people in this church to grow my hair and harvest it for a wig. And in order to do that, there are different organizations. Some 10 inches, some 8 inches. Some you can't have any gray hair.
You're out.
But there are other organizations. The one qualification is you have to be able to grow hair. Not all of you can do that, I know. And some of you say, I can't do it either. I haven't done it very well. It's slow. But I was thinking that this time of year, when everybody's back in the season, it'd be a good time to cut my hair. So let's see if I've got enough to cut. It kind of curls back in on itself, so. What? How long is it?
Almost 7.5 inches.
Almost. So, what does that mean, like 5 inches? 7.5 inches.
7 1/4.
And I think 8 inches is the minimum that one organization will take. Most of them want like 10 inches.
And you need to make sure that it's pulled out to 8, that's okay. Because like it is curly, it's probably about 4.
Whoa! You can't pull it out to be 8.
I stretched it as far as I could go, and we got about 7 1/4. So
Okay, well, we can stretch it out, right?
we need to check and make sure
What?
that that's okay.
Okay, so
Otherwise, you're at 4. And you got a long way to go.
okay. Well, what do you think? You think I ought to give up? No. You think I ought to give up? How many of you think I ought to give up on this? How many of you think I need to stick with it? All right. Those of you who say I should stick with it, keep your hand up for a minute. How many of you are going to join me in this? Because I think that if you started today, you'd still have time
To outgrow you?
Yes. What was that? You can't have gray. There is one organization that does take more than 5% gray, but I don't know how much more than 5%. You know, it's really easy to give up. It really is. It is. Do you know that by experience, that it is easy to give up? And it's hard to stick with it. And it's easy to give up on a test or at school, or it's easy to give up on sports.
Or chores.
Or chores. Yes. You know, my son, his one chore when he was your age was folding the towels. Is that your chore? And he would give up on that. His philosophy was that if it stayed in a hamper, one by one they would disappear. and go back in the washing machine, and he wouldn't have to fold them. He would give up on it. But you know, it's so easy to give up, but you know, everything in life worth doing takes effort. I had no clue how much work this would be. You know, you don't have a clue what it's like to have long hair. Yeah, do you have a clue? See, your hair is longer than mine. Yes, I wake up in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror, and I think, whoo, that doesn't look good. But even in Christianity, even in our discipleship with Christ, it's easy to give up sometimes. And you think that something's going to be easy, and it's harder than it seems, and you need to stick with it. So I'm going to stick with it for another month.
Year?
I tell you what, I'll stick with it for one more year. Maybe. I still have hopes that by February, something miraculous will happen. But I'll stick with it for a little bit longer. But the one thing I'm pretty sure I won't do is cut it while it's off season. Because I want everybody to see my pain and to celebrate with me. So whatever you're involved in, whether it's sports, homework, reading the Bible, prayer, going to church, stick with it. It's easy to give up, but stick with it, okay? All right, now who's going to get the box this time?
Who wants the box?
Who had it last? Do we remember?
It's been about 3 or 4 weeks since anybody had it, so because we took a little break from it. Do y'all keep track in your family as to who has it? Okay, now remember, nothing alive or recently alive, and no dangerous scissors or anything like that for a while. I brought them, yes, but
Yeah, who approved that in your house, your
Oh my
responsible
gosh.
adult?
nobody did. And it has to be approved by a responsible adult, but we don't have one in my house. Melody, why don't you have a prayer and